Hey, what is up, guys? It's Brendan here, and today we're going to be covering Shopify pricing. How much does Shopify cost? So before we dive in, I do want to mention, guys, the first link down in the description box will take you right over to a 14-day free trial to Shopify. If you want to get signed up with Shopify and start your 14-day free trial today, you can go ahead and do that. First link down in the description box below, BrandonValesky.com/Shopify. It does support the channel, so if you want to support the channel, please be free to do so. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into Shopify pricing. So, how much does Shopify cost, and what does it cost you to get started with your online store on Shopify? Now, these prices are accurate as of the time of recording this video. Of course, these are subject to change, but the pricing plans, the different options that you have, I'm sure are going to be consistent. And let's go ahead and dive right in. So, of course, just want to mention as well, you can set up your store and pick a plan later if you are, still thinking about things, not sure exactly what you want to do. You can do the 14-day free trial and figure out what type of plan you want to pick later. But of course, you're watching this video, you want the detailed pricing plan comparisons, and that's what we're diving into right now. So as you can see here, we have the Shopify monthly plan. So at the first plan, we have the basic, their most popular plan, and that is Shopify Basic at $29 per month. And that gets you really everything that you need for a Shopify store. As you can see here, you can ship products, process payments, do everything you want as far as building out an entire online store for your e-commerce business and start selling physical products online or just whatever kind of products you want to sell online. Shopify is just a great option, and that is the basic plan at $29 a month. We'll be diving into some of the other specifics as well as far as like comparing the actual plan features in just a moment, but I wanted to also mention the other plan options that you have just from the get. You also have the Shopify plan. That's their mid-level plan at $79 per month. And then you also have the advanced plan at $299 per month. Now, if you are a beginner just getting started, basic is probably the best for you. I'm going to be going through, which plan is probably best for each type of person watching today's video, so you can get an idea and feel for, what option may be best for you if you're kind of stuck and not sure. Now, another thing, before we dive into other specifics, you can save money doing the annual plan as well. They do offer a yearly annual plan at the moment, and that is a great way to save money if you're going to be committing to building your online store with Shopify. Definitely makes sense to save money on that yearly annual plan. I mean, that is a huge cost savings in the long run. And you're committing to it. It makes a ton of sense if you are going to be doing this for the long run anyway, and you want to save money. That is just an excellent way to do so. Definitely makes it very cost effective in the long run, and a great savings plan that they offer on the yearly annual plans as well. And that's really hard to beat, when you compare Shopify to other e-commerce platforms out there. Not that many offer as much features at that price point, just in the overall marketplace as a whole. So definitely something to consider as well. And then they do also have two other smaller plans, smaller and much larger plans. We're going to be going into specifics, like I said, a little bit later in this video. They also have alternative plans, such as the starter plan at $5 per month, where you can sell products through social and messaging apps. Like I said, we'll dive into the details in a little bit. And then they also have Shopify Plus, which I have covered on the channel before as far as specific pricing, but it starts at $2,000 per month. So that's really for enterprise level, high volume businesses, the really massive brands and big companies, of course, as well. And it's important to mention here, read the fine print, of course, on the yearly savings there. So as far as any, discounts and deals, but it is great, obviously, that discounts for the first year, which is still great. Great as a cost savings there. But yeah, so Shopify Plus, unless you're a massive brand, you're probably not looking at that. That's probably way above most people's price ranges for the average person watching this video or looking for just to get set up with Shopify. Maybe you're a beginner, you're starting your first store. The starter plan is a great option for that, just because it at least allows you to sell products through social media, and at least you then own that channel. You get the customer emails and all the information and all the data behind that too. and the analytics. So we'll be diving into the specifics right now. So looking at obviously basic, Shopify, and advanced, those are the main most popular plans. Of course, the basic does get you an online store. So let's go ahead and compare the features. So as you can see here, with a basic plan, you do get an online store. So that is the differentiator there between the starter plan is just to sell products through social and messaging apps. So you don't actually get like a full online store. You do get the back end of Shopify, but not like, you don't get like a whole website and place to send people to, and like a whole like visual website and storefront, an online store. So that's something to consider there. On the basic, you do have, of course, unlimited products, which is really nice. They don't limit you on the products. You can do as many as you want, which is awesome. You have 2 staff accounts. So the biggest difference really, one of the biggest differences between the basic Shopify and advanced is just the number of staff accounts. I mean, you go from 2 to 5 to 15. So if you've got a big team, maybe you have customer support staff already, then yeah, that's something that you're going to want to take into account. Most beginners, people just getting started with Shopify, probably staff accounts does not matter to you at all. It's probably just you running the business anyway, but got to mention it. And of course, you have support. And I have personally dealt with the Shopify support team. They are excellent, really great at handling everything. You can call them up, and they are excellent at handling any type of problem that you throw at them. I've personally used Shopify for a long time, and they are really a great platform to use. Of course, then you also have the sales channels. So like I said, you could sell through social media and other online marketplaces. They offer that on all those other plans. As far as inventory locations, tracking orders and products to different retail stores, warehouses, or pop-ups. This would be like if you had a point of sale system and you had separate inventory warehousing, then, up to 4, up to 5, and up to 8 as follows. Manual order creation, so you can create manual orders, discount codes, free SSL certificate, abandoned cart recovery, gift cards, reports, so basic reports. Basic reports are pretty nice. If you need something more bigger than that, bigger than the basic reports, then of course standard and advanced are as follows. Third-party calculated shipping rates. So if you have that, then, unfortunately, you'd have to jump to the advanced plan at least if you need that. There may be a Shopify app that you could use to kind of bypass that in some way, depending on your personal Shopify setup. That could be an option for you. Customer segmentation, right? Filtering different customers and groups, marketing automation. So building out like email integrations and all that. Contacts, collecting customer data, super, super nice. As far as e-commerce automations and workflows, that's another thing you would have to jump up into the Shopify or advanced plan if you're looking for more powerful automation tools. Once again, some of the Shopify apps could extend your ability to do some of those things through third-party apps that you could install in your Shopify store. So there is that option there. As far as shipping, so you've got shipping discounts, and then you have shipping labels as well. So, of course, that's pretty essential if you're shipping out products. Depending on pricing, including extra shipping pricing right there, then you would have to go to Shopify in advance for that as well. That's one of the other aspects. Shopify Payments, really great payment gateway. I've mentioned Shopify Payments many times on the channel before as far as best payment gateways and all that. Shopify Payments is great to use and works really, really well. As you can see here, if you're doing higher volume, realistically, that's where you're going to save the money on higher volumes, because each of those little percents or fees do add up when you're doing big sales volumes. So that is really probably the biggest difference between the plans. Like if you're looking and comparing them, you can run the numbers yourself, see how much savings it would be worth it when you're saving money on the payment processing fees. Then that you can figure out the numbers and calculate whether or not it makes sense to jump from a basic or Shopify or advanced plan. Then that would help you just doing the math yourself, figuring out what your fee rates would be, as to whether it would save you money or not. Because, for some people, if you're not doing big sales volume, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. You're not going to save that much money from jumping plans. Because realistically, the majority of the features, like basic, is pretty powerful. You can do quite a lot in the basic plan anyway. So that's really like one of the biggest spots, is just looking at the credit card rates and calculating out what your total cost would be and what your cost savings could look like. So point of sale, of course, that's included as well. Now, if you need the point of sale pro, that is an add-on there. So, but the point of sale lite is included on all of them. International commerce as well, and various taxes. So depending on import tax, you might have to jump up as well. But, you know, realistically, when you're comparing the different options here with the 3 main plans, like, you pretty much got it all across them. So yeah, these are the main differences between them. But you could see how many aspects are included and features are included just even in the basic plan alone. And there's really slight differences when you jump up to the other plans. Another aspect, if you are considering the cheapest plan, which they do have the starter plan at $5 per month, this is how you can create a simple storefront. If you just want something that has, you know, no code setup, you're not setting up a whole website and everything like that. If you're just doing something basic and simple, you're just looking to share your products across social media, then this is a great way to do that. You know, because you could just get started with selling, and it is super simple and easy. And at least then you have the customer data, you have the analytics, and it's easy to sell stuff on social. As you can see, something, you know, a place like Instagram, WhatsApp, or anywhere else with the Shopify checkout, and it makes it so you can at least monetize your audience through social media. So that's a great way to do it if you want to at least get your brand out there and start being able to sell your products. So as you can see here, this is like their little, you get the little dashboard. And, you know, another great thing about that this entry plan is that, you know, you can grow with it. Shopify is a very scalable platform for business growth. So if you're just a beginner, it makes sense to start with what's cheapest, test the waters, figure out what, you know, what works, what doesn't work. And then you can always upgrade your plans later down the road if you want, or if you need to, and then you can scale things that way without having to like migrate platforms or anything. You're all just still within the same ecosystem. All your data is there. You don't have to worry about any migrations, which can be quite a headache. So it definitely makes sense just to start on the starter plan if you're really small, and you can scale things up as you grow. So that's another great option there as far as selling within the Shopify platform and the different pricing plans and offerings that they have. So yeah, those are the main pricing plans, you know, are as follows. I do want to mention you and remind you guys once again to go ahead and check out that first link down in the description box below. That will take you right over to Shopify's 14-day free trial. You can go ahead and get set up, you know, set up your store and pick a plan later if you're not sure exactly what you want to choose, but you can at least get signed up, get that 14-day free trial, and test out Shopify. First link down in the description box below. Like I said, does help out the channel. If you want to support the channel, then you could do that way. And guys, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and the notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Anyway, guys, that's all for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.